Okay, welcome back guys. So, I've buckled into demand. A few people have been commenting saying please do a lore on the killers. So I've decided to do that. If you haven't watched my previous video, I'll put a link to it up above. I've done a lore for Jason and SCP-106. The lores are generally sent to me by people. They put in the comments and I'll read them and put them on. So if you do like any of the characters that you think might be coming into the game, you think you've got laws and powers and perk ideas for them, just pop them in the comment guys down below and I will have a look and try to fit them in where I can with the killers. So thank you, the people have been sending laws to me and powers and perks. So the first killer we're going to look at, if you haven't already guessed off the trailer, is going to be Springtrap. So very popular choice at the moment with people. He is in demand, there's petitions. Personally, and I've said it on the other videos, I think it's going to be Candyman, but you know, don't want to shoot down anybody who wants it to be Springtrap. I do think there's a lot of potential for this character, especially after doing this, bringing him into Dead by Daylight. So without further ado, let's have a look at his powers. His backstory first. So we're going to look at his powers, his lore and his perks. So his backstory, Springtrap is William Afton. So he returned to the restaurant to dismantle animatronics. He awoke the ghosts of the 5 children he murdered. Terrified by the spirits, he ran into a safe room where Spring Bonnie was placed for storage. He wore the suit to hide from the ghosts, and the trick appeared to have worked at first, causing him to stand up suddenly and laugh at the ghosts while inside Spring Bonnie. However, the previously mentioned faulty mechanisms within Spring Bonnie malfunctioned, causing William to be crushed and sliced by the endoskeleton and gears, thus killing him. Phone Guy's tapes also foreshadow this. He explains that the person wearing the costume must not get moisture on the spring locks or make sudden movements to decrease the chance of injury. Afton broke these rules. He made sudden movements by jumping in the suit, failed to notice the rainwater seeping into the building and onto the spring locks. On top of that, he was laughing at the spirit, thinking his plan had succeeded. This resulted in the locks becoming loose by the moisture and causing his brutal death. So the rest of the story, I'm sure all you Five Nights at Freddy fans know it off by heart. So let me just quickly explain what we've done. So first of all, Springtrap we have called the animatronic. Some of you might like it, some of you don't. Guys, the one thing I want to say, if there's stuff on here that I talk about that you don't like, try not to be rude about it. Just drop it in the comment, let me know, and we can have a healthy debate about them. A lot of people have put a lot of time and effort into this, so I don't really want them people knocking for it. There is going to be things, I've changed things on there as well, so some slight tweaks I've done to the suggestions I've made. So yeah, could be wrong, but the whole point is it's just a concept. So have a read of it, see what you think. Hope you enjoyed the trailer, and let's get into some of these things. So he's called the animatronic. Difficulty I've put him down as easy, so I'll explain why when I go through the powers and perks. And the chapter is called the Five Nights at Freddy chapter. Nice and simple. Alright, his attribute, I've given a normal speed, 4.6 meters. His terror radius I've reduced slightly. Five Nights at Freddy's, all about jump scares. He needs a lower terror radius in my opinion, and he is classed as tall. Alright, so let's take a look at his powers first. So, get that up on here. So, his power is called the Joy of Creation. The person who sent me this, I'm going to put the name flashing up on the screen at the bottom to give them credit for the great work they've done. So, what is the Joy of Creation? So, you have four suits that replace hooks around the map. So, instead of hooking a survivor, you can put them into a suit and a spring lock timer will activate. Survivor's going to have to complete successful skill checks to slow down the timer. Survivors can still be rescued by their teammates and save them from entering the second stage or the final hook stage. If the survivor dies inside the suit, then their soul will now remain in the suit. So how does this work? Suits with souls in can be activated by the killer to use in a scouting mode. These suits have no terror radius, however if they come within 8 meters of the survivor will scream, alerting the killer to the location. So think about Infectious Fright, except outside the terror radius. So when that suit approaches someone, they will scream. Once the survivor is located, that suit will then shut down until the next time you put a survivor into one. So, sounds like a great power. Really interesting, and I think it fits in with the Five Nights at Freddy lore. So, yeah, let me know what you think about that. His other special ability is Spring Bonnie's Surprise, so you have the ability to go into stealth mode, hence removing your terror radius. When activated, this will also allow you to crouch and lean behind walls, so think like Ghostface. If you hit a survivor in this mode, as well as the injured state, you're also going to inflict the blindness and oblivious status to the survivors. Survivors under this effect will also see random projections of the animatronic for up to 60 seconds. I toyed with the idea of, could we have the survivors have the ability to snap out of it like how they do with the Doctor. However, I just thought to fit in Five Nights at Freddy in there, it's all about the jump scares, and there's nothing going to be more scary than seeing Springtrap or the animatronic keep appearing in front of you while you're trying to do things. Alright, so that is his power. So let's take a look at his perks. So his perks, the first one is called No One Hides. So no one hides. You have so much rage towards survivors, you will not let them breathe. Anytime a survivor steps into a locker within 20, 22 and 24 meters of you, you will receive an alert. No One Hides can be triggered every 60, 80 and 100 seconds. So no hiding, guys. Go into the locker, big no-no. If you're in the killer's terror radius, he's going to know you're there and it will alert them. So we want the survivors to be frightened. Alright, so out the lockers you go. The 3 numbers on there, that is all about the level you have the perk on. Okay, the second perk, It's Your Fear. So the fear of their scream emits around the whole area, letting other survivors know that you are around. So that's a little caption for it there. Basically, what that means is every time you hug a survivor, your terror radius is going to be emitted to each survivor for 10, 15 and 20 seconds. So the idea of this, again, about a jump scare, about the fear, survivors aren't going to know where you are. All they're going to hear is your terror radius. So whether that be a tune, whether it be the heartbeat, they're going to hear that. So they're not going to know where you are. Alright, so again, I think it fits in really well with the jump scare aspect. His final perk is Gears of Failure. So I had a good think about this, and reading a lot, you know, there's a lot of mention about faulty mechanisms, malfunction. So I thought, you know what, you have to have something that's going to interact with the generators here. So this is what Gears of Failure is. So survivors interacting with generators will have a reduced skill check box of up to 20, 25 or 30% smaller. Miss a skill check will regress the generator by 3, 4, 5% each time this is missed. Now, yes, it's very much like Overcharge. It's on the same theme as Unnerving Presence, but I just thought it fit in well with the lore, and what we had to do is think about perks that would be able to be used on all the other killers. Alright, so that was his final perk there. So let me know what you think, guys. I have decided, like I said, I've buckled into demand. I will be doing a lore for all the characters that we've mentioned that we think could be potential for Chapter 17. What we know so far, Chapter 17 and possibly 18 are going to be licensed characters, so we're going to have a lot of fun with this. A lot of speculation, and quite enjoy doing these laws, but it does come from you guys, to be honest. So most of this good stuff that gets sent in gets used up on there. I've got a list of other killers I need to do, so if you have put suggestions in, I haven't ignored you. I will be coming to them. I have decided which killer I'm going to do next, so let me just play the trailer there.
Way worse. We all float down here.
I saw something. There was this
Clown. Yeah, I saw him too.
Okay, now that's a film trailer there, and I've put a little sneak preview of Pennywise. So he's going to be the next killer that I do a lore and powers and perks on. That will be up, guys, hopefully within the next few days. But if you want to make sure you don't miss it, if you haven't already done so, press that subscribe button and the notification, and that'll keep you updated of when it comes out. So any ideas for Pennywise, any ideas for any other killer, just drop in the comments. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I will also be making a fan trailer for Pennywise, so yeah, the trailers might not be the best, but just gets you in the mood. So let me know what you think, guys. Drop a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a nice thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, drop me a comment, tell me what I've done wrong, and As I say, if you haven't already done so, press that subscribe button and keep up to date with all the videos on my channels. Thanks guys.